Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is gonna be full of dupes. So I don't know about you guys, but I love a good dupe. And if you did not know that dupe is short for duplicate, did you make the connection? Because some people don't know what dupe means, and I didn't even know that. You were duped by the word dupe? I don't know. In this video, I'm gonna be duping my everyday go-to products. So I tried my best to come up with dupes for products that I use in like my videos all the time recently. So this is basically the same makeup look that I wear in most of my videos. It's very similar to my go-to spring summer makeup routine. I just don't have eyeliner on today because I actually forgot it, but I do have a dupe for that product, even though it was drugstore. Anyways, I'm continuing on. I wanted to do a dupe video with products I actually wanted dupes for, you know, because you guys always ask, do you have a dupe for that? And I'm here to tell you, yes, I do. So I wanted to actually show you guys some of the products in action while talking about them. So I'm gonna try to do that at the same time. At the same damn time. I've never done a video like this, so if it's a hot mess, I'm sorry, but you get the picture and you get your dupe. So I'm just gonna get started, and we are gonna begin with primers. So the primer that I'm gonna be duping today is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. This is the Instant Soft Focus Beauty Effect Primer, and it is gonna be duped with this new Milani Soft Focus Glow Complexion Enhancer. And so this comes in a few shades, and I'm gonna be using the Golden Glow Light Medium. So here are the two together. So as you can see on my face, they go on very similarly. They give you a nice illuminated finish. They have kind of like that soft focus effect to blur any imperfections and reflect some light. So I absolutely love both of these, and they do basically the exact same thing. Just give you a nice radiant base and make your makeup last longer. So I love those. Next up for foundation, I'm gonna be duping my go-to at the moment, which is the Dior 24-Hour Skin Glow Radiant Perfection Skin Caring Foundation with Sunscreen. So I absolutely love everything about this foundation. It lasts on me beautifully. It wears very well. I love the finish. I love the coverage. And I love that the fact there's some SPF in there. And the dupe that I found for this is actually the new Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Protective Makeup with Sunscreen. This has broad spectrum SPF 50. So this actually has more SPF than the Dior. And I know a lot of people out there were saying that the Maybelline Urban Cover was a dupe for the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC cream due to, I think, like the similar packaging, the similar SPF. But honestly, I like this texture so much better. It's a lot thinner. The IT Cosmetics is more like a cream. It's like a thicker, kind of like moisturizer consistency, whereas when you see me apply this, it's definitely more runny and similar to this foundation. It's also kind of similar to the Laura Mercier Candlelight Glow foundation, and also a little bit reminiscent of the Dior Backstage Face and Body, just because the texture is very light, and I just really love the consistency and the coverage of both. So that's why I think that it is a dupe. And for the Dior, I have for Warm Olive, and Maybelline, I'm using the shade 228 Soft Tan. So next up, I'm going to be duping one of my favorite concealers. Not only is the packaging a little bit similar with the black and gold, but the finish and the coverage of these are both very, very close. So we have the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, duped by the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. The Milani is in Pure Beige, and the Too Faced is in Natural Beige. So I love these both. They're both amazing concealers, but I will say that even though the Milani, I believe, is a dupe, you get way less product than you do. You can just tell by the size of the packaging, but in the Milani, you get 0.17 ounces, and in the Too Faced, you get 0.5. So honestly, the Milani is nice, but you don't get that much product. So it might end up being like a similar cost when you think about the amount of product you're getting. So just a little heads up, but again, I love both of these concealers. Then I do not have a dupe for my Ilia Soft Focus Setting Powder that I love and rave about. I just have not found a drugstore setting powder that is talc free and performs great. So if you have one that you love, please let me know, but I have not found a dupe for this, and I would love to, because this is expensive. There is no dupe for this, and I am sorry, but I used to really like the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder, the loose powder. That was really nice, but it does contain talc and it's not translucent. It comes in a variety of shades, but it will set your makeup nicely. The next product I'm going to be duping is one of my favorite bronzers of the moment, which is the Benefit Hoola Caramel. This is a new shade from them and I absolutely love it. So I've been wanting to find a dupe for this, and while in the pan it does not really look very similar, the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 300 gives me a very similar effect. So in the pan, they really don't look that close, but on my skin, I don't think you can really tell a difference. And they both blend out really smoothly, very nicely, and give you a similar effect. And I just really, really love both. So I don't know why the Maybelline in the pan looks so more orange toned, but on the skin, it gives me a very similar caramel effect, reminiscent of the Benefit Hoola. Next up for blush, I'm gonna be duping one of my favorite blush duos of the moment, and this is the JOUER Cheeky Summer Blush Duo. So I absolutely love the colors in this. It's very perfect for summer, and I love that there's two shades. You can kind of mix and match. So then the dupe for that is this palette from Milani. It's the Luminoso Glow palette. I love this. You can use this on your eyes as well, and it could also be a dupe for NARS Orgasm, which I also love because there's a variety of colors in here. But these colors in this bottom corner are very similar to the JOUER. You can see them next to each other, and you definitely get a similar effect on the cheeks. So I love both of those, and they have a little bit of glow in them, so you might not necessarily need a highlighter on top because they have that built-in luminosity, which I personally love. Next up, we're going to be duping one of my favorite highlighters of the moment, the Bareminerals Endless Glow Highlighter in the shade Fierce. This comes in a variety of colors as well as the dupe, but the color that I love and use the most is called Fierce, and so the Milani one that is a great dupe is called Sunset Glow. So these both give you a nice bronzy highlight that's not too metallic or in your face. It's very natural and subtle, but still gives you a really pretty glow. Neither are chunky, and they both look really great on the skin. So they're definitely a good color match, and yeah, they both look really, really good. Now we're gonna move on to the brows. So lately I've been doing my brows a little bit differently. I have been brushing them up with a brow gel first to get the shape that I like, and then going in and filling them in with a pencil. So the brow gel that I'm going to be duping is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Now the consistency of this can be very stiff and kind of glue-like, which is a good thing. If you're trying to keep your brows in place, you kind of want that. So be mindful of that. You might not like that if you don't like that really kind of crunchy feel to your brows, but this is a great dupe for it, and this is the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. So this is really good. I will say that the brush is not similar at all, but the formula is, and I feel like that's what matters here. They both do a really good job at keeping your brows in place and not budging. Then for the brow pencils themselves, I actually use the CoverGirl more often than the Benefit, but they're both really good. The CoverGirl is the Ultrafine Brow Pencil in Soft Brown, and the Benefit is the Precisely My Brow in number 4. So the color is very similar, and the tip of the brush is very similar as well. It's very small, so you can get those little hair-like strokes in, and neither of them are too like soft or too stiff. The texture and consistency of the pencil of both of these is really, really nice. Now for the eyeshadow, I'm actually super, super excited to share with you guys this dupe because I've been using the dupe more often than the high end, and the high end is the Natasha Denona BIBA palette or the Natasha Denona Mini Nude palette. So these are both very expensive for how much you get. Well, obviously the mini one is not that expensive, but the big BIBA palette has a big price tag, and I love this palette, but it's super pricey. And while I love it, I don't know if I can really justify the price. So I have found a dupe for it, which I've been using nonstop, and I actually like the colors in this one just a teeny bit more. So this is the ColourPop California Love palette. I love this. It has such good pigmentation. The color selection is amazing. They blend out really nicely, and I cannot say enough about this palette. I've been using it nonstop since I opened it, and I just love the bronzes in here. They have a nice amount of mattes versus shimmers, and they're just all really good. And this mini nude palette has a similar vibe also, but this obviously has way more colors. So I would honestly suggest getting this. If you like bronzes and these types of colors, totally get this palette because it's cheap and it's really, really good. I also, in the end, I went and added a little bit of the Diego color from ColourPop to the other side just because I like that color a little bit more than the Natasha Denona BIBA side. So that's how I got it to make it look a little bit more similar, because this side wasn't as bronzy and I kind of was missing that. Now, I didn't show this in the video, but when I do a smudgy winged eyeliner, I typically use the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus. It's just a dark brown eyeliner. I believe this one's in the shade Espresso. Normally, I just take it and go along my upper lash line and then smudge it out with this little smudgy side to do a little wing. If you watch my go-to summer spring makeup routine, that is in that video. But it's a really good dupe for this one from Benefit. It's the Bad Gal Bang 24-Hour Eye Pencil, and this one is in the shade Deep Brown. So it's very similar in color, and it has this little smudgy tip at the end, but honestly, the CoverGirl is better, and it's way cheaper. They both have a very similar shade, and they both last really long on the eyes, so cannot go wrong with either of those. Then for this look, I actually did not dupe any mascaras just because I love this mascara. It is my go-to right now, and I don't think it's a dupe for anything that I've tried just because the brush is so different than a lot that I have tried. It has that kind of hourglass shaped brush, but it's like a synthetic brush instead of like a fluffy one. Like Too Faced Better Than Sex has a similar shape, but it's a lot bigger, and it has like those natural bristles, where this one is kind of like that plasticky comb. So I didn't want to say it was a dupe for anything, but I just wanted to use it and recommend it to you guys once again because I have been raving about this. It's really, really good. Now moving on to the lips, I found a really great dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner, which I use all the time. I accidentally put it on the wrong side in the video, but they look so similar you would not even know. So the dupe for it is this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Sandstorm. So the color of these two is very, very similar, and they both have really nice long wearability, I guess you could say. So here they are both on my hand. So very similar, and the texture of them is very similar as well. So I'll definitely be using this one a lot more because, as you can see, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty over here with my Charlotte Tilbury. Then for the lip color, I wanted to find a dupe for my go-to lipstick lately, which has been Tarte's COLADA, which is a really pretty kind of just peachy, brownish nude shade. So I've been loving this, and I found a really great dupe for it, which is the new NYX Lingerie Push-Up Long Lasting Lipstick in the shade Push-Up? It's called Push Up? Meh, I don't know. Well, it's called Push Up, and as you can see on my lips, they are very similar, but I will swatch them for you guys. The finish of the Tarte one is a little bit more of a sheen and maybe a tinge lighter, but honestly, you could never really tell. They both are super, super similar. And then last but not least, I wanted to dupe one of my favorite setting sprays of the moment. This is the Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist from Glow Recipe. It has this nice yummy watermelon scent. This one does not smell like watermelon. It does smell good, but this is the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. So they both have a similar effect. They set your makeup, add a little bit of glowy dewiness, and yeah, I love both, but I wanted to show you guys that they both kind of have, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but they both kind of have a little bit of like shimmer like in the powder. Not like glitter, but it's just something to add a little bit of glow in there. So they're both really, really good. And one other thing that I forgot to mention is a dupe for one of my favorite foundation brushes. They both need to be washed, but I wanted to show you guys that they are very, very, very similar. So this is the Koki 618 brush, and this is the Tarte Bamboo Air Buffer brush, I think it's called, but they're both good and big, and it's just so quick and easy to do your foundation with this brush or this brush. And I don't know, this one is a little bit softer, but maybe it's because it's been washed more recently, but the size is very similar, the density is similar, and you can't go wrong with either. So definitely would recommend this brush. But yeah, this is the final look, the high-end side versus the low-end side. I think they both look really, really good, and they both wear very well throughout the day. I have tested them both, and we are good to go. Also, I wanted to mention that even though both foundations have SPF in them, there is no flashback. So that is something good to keep in mind. If you want to wear these for an event where there's photography, you're good to go. But yeah, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the dupes. Let me know if you have any good ones or if there's any products out there that you would like me to try to find a dupe for. I can try to hook you up. No promises, but I will try my best. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
And this feels kind of therapeutic though, in a way. It's like a massage. This is taking a lot more coordination than I had ever imagined, to do two separate things, but do the same things on two different sides. Like, I'm not this coordinated, but I'm really trying very, very hard. Maybe if I just spray it at the same time and then put my face in it, okay. Okay, that was the best thing I could have ever done. There's so many songs that you can make into a dupe song. We've got Whoop That Is, it's a remix, Dupe That Is, Dupe That Is. And then we have Shoop by Salt and Pepper. You make me wanna dupe, 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 dupe.